Welcome to Mission Sunlight. Today we are reporting from the campus of Asia Pacific International University, located in Muklek, Thailand.
We serve the Adventist Church here in Southeast Asia, Union Mission, 5 different countries and 7 mission conferences, which include Thailand, where we're located, Vietnam, Cambodia, Sarawak, Sabah, Singapore, and the attached field of Laos. And we are very happy to have the privilege to educate young people throughout this region and beyond. We are delighted to have the privilege of working with young people, Adventist young people, as they study to gain a university degree and as they work towards their goals and career goals in life. We have a variety of countries represented in our student body. We have over 34 countries. We're a crossroads of multiculturalism here, as well as 17 within our faculty.
Christianity has made only small inroads into this part of the world.
This part of the world has over 90% non-Christians. The majority are Buddhist. We have a very small percentage of Christians and even a smaller percentage of Adventists. Probably 50% of our student body who have come from different Eastern religions, and we have the opportunity to share with them the love and grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. We also have the other half who are Adventists who've come to become educated, to be able to carry the gospel to this part of the world, as well as not only officially through church organizations and employ, but also through being educated lay members, helping strengthen the church. So we see the opportunities here for mission as very great.
APIU grew out of 3 colleges that formerly served the students of Southeast Asia.
We have been built on the legacy of 3 earlier schools: Southeast Asia Union College, Mission College, and the Bangkok School of Nursing. And as these 3 schools were brought together, the vision was to produce a beautiful campus for our university, and we appreciate the foresight and the thought that has gone into this so that we can have the space to produce the students, have them finish their degrees and go out and work in the field. We are very privileged to have a beautiful facility on this campus. The space we have for education is second to none. Our classrooms, our residence halls have been useful as we are training the young people. We understand that other sister schools in this region don't have the same privileges as we have.
Many of the students, especially from this region, Southeast Asia, really do not have the financial resources or income level that they could come and study here. But the union does provide financial subsidy in order for them to complete the degree program here at the university. Many of them received 25% and some of them receive up to 75% subsidy. And that tells us about the students from this region. And probably it is more so in Myanmar, where the economic situation of the country is not as good as Thailand or in this region. The tuition and fees for the college in Myanmar cannot be as high as what we have in this university. And if the college in Myanmar is dependent on the income from the students, which means they need financial assistance from outside in order for them to really create an infrastructure which will provide them the excellence in education that they need. I believe they do not have sufficient room in the dormitory. The classrooms are congested.
Although there are financial challenges, APIU has worked hard to become financially independent.
And it was established in 1999 as an international college and all these years it needed the support of the Union Mission, since we are an institution under the Union in Singapore. It has received financial support in order to gain financial feasibility in all these years. After a period of, you can say, over 8 or 9 years, we can say that we have achieved where we have reached a self-sufficiency level of 76%. Although we still depend on the 16% from donors and from the Union Mission. And much of the financial resources really comes from students' tuition and fees.
Seha Pen is one of the students who is benefiting from an education at APIU.
To be an Adventist is not as easy in Cambodia, you know. You can't skip going to school every Sabbath and going to church. It's impossible for me to go through my education. But God had blessed me with, you know, amazing way that I was able to finish my high school. Honestly, the first school that got me to finish reading the book from page to page is this place.
Seha first came to APIU out of a sense of duty and obligation.
Choosing to come here is not my choice, it's my parents' choice. And I believe in the great commandments of God, say, you know, honor your father and your mother, that you will have a longer life in the land that God has created for you. So I come here because I just want to make them happy. The rest of my life when I'm going to school, I didn't see my future. I just want to honor my parents and make them feel that I'm, you know, doing some things to honor them. But another hand is, I believe and I will pray, you know, God, if you want me to get an education, the education that I can serve you, is you have to prepare a place for me. Open a way for me. Make a school where I can go, that, you know, I can have a freedoms of worshiping you. I can have a freedom of keeping my relationship with you and keeping the Sabbath. And the school that is not require, you know, the students with the higher levels, because my education background is very low.
Although Seha was attending APIU to please his parents, he wasn't always happy about being there. One day, Seha told God that he needed a sign that he was to continue his studies there.
But then, 2006, I did the challenge with God. I dropped my scholarship. I said, if this is not what I can do, I don't want to waste this scholarship. I dropped the scholarship. I went home for the evangelism, 2006. But then, you know, halfway when I reached the border, Thailand, Cambodia, I asked for the taxi's price to go to the province where I'm supposed to work. I know that after paying for the taxi, I would only have $2.50 left in my pocket, 100 baht. And I don't know where to get a guest house for 100 baht. So I challenged God. I said, God, if you want me to take theology and serve you, make sure, show me this is what you want to do. Put me into the right taxi that will stop me right in front of the church or close by the church, that I would not having problem finding the church. But if you want me to experience you like Jacob experienced you in the wilderness in his dream, that the angels coming down from heavens for him, let me experience that.
God heard Seha's challenge and provided an answer that Seha didn't expect.
Because I was really stubborn, I think God's really got me that day. I cannot deny, because I got into a taxi which didn't bring me straight to the province. They brought me to another province. They transferred me to another taxi. I was angry at them because they told me they're gonna bring me straight. They're not gonna transfer me. But the second taxi where I got into the taxi, the guy who sit beside me asking me, what are you gonna do in Siem Reap province? I said, I'm gonna work for the church evangelism. And he said, there's a church in front of my house. And I said, thanks God. Even though they're not Adventist church, maybe they allow me to stay overnight. But when the taxi dropped that guy off, I looked through the window, Siem Reap Seventh-day Adventist Church. And like, I was so happy, and I feel like God is beside me. I want to feel like, you know, I can hug him and tell him that I love him and thank you for what he's done in my life. But after that, I realized, did I make a mistake by challenging him? I say, I'm gonna come back to school and take theology. And before, I think, you know, I'm not much for that. But I said, okay, God, I give up. I give up running away from you. I'm gonna come back and provide me the scholarship.
Seha returned to APIU content with the knowledge that God has a purpose for him attending there.
For a place for education is sometimes some people like to be in a group, but some people like to be individuals and quiet place. So it's not always easy to go into a place where they only have one style of, like you have to be in a group or individual. But student needs place and they need a quiet place to study.
Students at APIU are fortunate to have a modern campus with adequate facilities. Students and faculty are thankful for this blessing, but they are aware that not all Adventist schools in the region are as fortunate.
I'm appreciate, for the blessings that I have in these schools, but I'm praying for our sister schools in Myanmar because I heard that, they don't have enough space, a quiet place individually to study, to grow, both in spiritually, mentally, and physically. So I pray that, the school would get the opportunity, got the blessings to extend, to develop the lifestyle of education so that our brother and sister there can learn better, can have a better lifestyles in education and in spiritual life as well.
Just like we were blessed with 13th Sabbath offering overflow many years ago, Myanmar needs your support and generous giving in order for them to realize the dreams that they have for that institution, which has been established many years ago.
Lastly, I would like to appreciate all the donor and sponsor that had support our school here in Myanmar, and I pray that the blessings of God would continue to bless you richly through what you have helped us here and our brother and sister in Myanmar. And I hope that through your support, they would have a better life, have a better future, and especially that they will find the personal relationship with Christ through your support. May God bless you.
I'd like to thank you for your liberality and generosity in supporting our projects here in the past. We want to also encourage you and thank you for what you'll be able to do for the Myanmar project. It has been a great help for us on this campus to have the support we need to produce the graduates that go out to help spread the gospel. And indeed, we want that to continue not only here, but on our sister campuses as well. So once again, thank you. We believe the Lord is leading in His educational pursuits in this part of the world. It's a privilege to be a part of those. And once again, I want to express our appreciation for your help in spreading the gospel here.
Spacious classrooms, roomy dormitories, quiet places to study. These are attributes that we found here at Asia Pacific International University. They're also attributes that students everywhere hope to experience during their college years.
Christian education does make a difference in the lives of students. Your gift on Sabbath, June 30th for the Adventist Seminary provides additional housing for its growing population of young men and women. Reporting from the campus of Asia Pacific International University, this is Mission Sunlight.